Witnesses that are allowed to talk and go on MSNBC or MSDNC, as my client likes to call it, CNN, and talk about my client, talk about this case, but for some reason he can't talk. That doesn't make any sense.
That's Alina Habba complaining that Trump's gag order doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense. Look at what he's saying.
When are they going to look at Pomerantz and what Pomerantz did? Because that's bad stuff. And when are they going to look at all the lies that Cohen did in the last trial? He got caught lying in the last trial. So he got caught lying.
Trump will make up stuff all day long, but Alina doesn't care because she's got a paycheck to maintain.
And then you layer that with a judge who has clear ambitions and political motivations. He's threatening to throw a former president, and as he acknowledged, most importantly today in the courtroom while I was there, this is probably going to be the future president.
God forbid. Don't say that, Alina. I cannot imagine this guy becoming president again and having to listen to him complain 24/7 all day long.
Thank you very much. This gag order is not only unique, it's totally unconstitutional. I'm the Republican candidate for President of the United States. I received this honor in record time. Nobody's ever gone faster. It's never happened. Nobody's ever got the numbers that we got.
So that's Trump again complaining about saying this is an unconstitutional gag order. He shouldn't be having this gag order on him, et cetera, et cetera. And Alina earlier on was saying, why can other witnesses go on news programs and talk about the case, et cetera, et cetera? Well, number one, Trump's being held by this gag order, or at least trying to be held by this gag order, because a lot of the stuff he says leads to being threats and leads to intimidation of witnesses, leads to threats towards the judge. He's threatened relatives of other judges. He has continuously said a lot of stuff that is totally incorrect, and yet he puts it out there, and he puts it out for his MAGA nutjob followers to then act out on. So he's a danger. And the fact is, any other person that would be on trial right now, if they were talking the way Donald Trump has been talking, they would have been in jail already. They've been very soft on him so far. $1,000 fine here, $1,000 fine there. This guy's supposedly a billionaire, so he can afford it. Anybody can afford it. But yet finally, Merchan came out and said, Judge Merchan said, listen, I'm going to have to throw you in jail if you keep this up. Because what happens is he comes out of court and he goes to that press and he just starts saying stuff that, once again, could be witness intimidation. It could be other threats towards the judge. He's in court the other day when Stormy Daniels was on the stand. He was, cursing under his breath. He was shaking his head. He's doing things that could, again, intimidate the witness, and it could also alter the opinions of the jury. He's supposed to just sit there and watch, and you can't be, if Stormy Daniels, if a witness says, oh yes, I did commit this act with Donald Trump, he can't be sitting there going, come on, no way. You can't do that. That's not allowed, whether you're Donald Trump or you're some guy, just some random guy who's on trial. You can't do that. This is the court system. No one is above the law. That's what we're supposed to be living under. And yet this guy thinks that he is above the law. And then what they do is they turn it around and make him seem like he's a victim. He's not a victim. He tried to overthrow democracy. This particular case with Stormy Daniels is him hiding the fact that he had this affair or this one night stand with Stormy Daniels at a time in the election when the election was just about to turn. Remember, this was the October surprise. The tapes came out of Donald Trump talking to the Bush, what's his name, Bush, and he was saying to him, he said that, you can grab women by the boop boop, which for a right-wing president who's got a lot of supporters that are highly religious, that could have been very damaging. And then this news coming out with Stormy Daniels would have been even more damaging, and yet they hid it. But the fact that they hid it is not even the crime. The fact that they used the money and the way they hid the money to hide this other act that could have sunk him in the election against Hillary, that's what's being adjudicated right now in court. And so you can't go and try to intimidate the witnesses and the other members of this case and think you can get away with it. Really, Merchan should throw him in jail. He really should. Because this guy, his whole life, has thought he can do whatever he wants. And in all honesty, he's had a lot of enablers around him from the time he was young all the way to now, including people like Alina Habba, who's just defending him right there on Fox along with Sean Hannity. Wait till Alina Habba doesn't get paid for the work that she's been doing. Wait till he turns on Alina Habba. Everyone that's worked for him has eventually come out and said, the guy's a nut job. I can't believe I worked for the guy. He's a narcissist. He's the worst human being. He doesn't pay, and he's just a bad person. And that day is coming for Alina Habba. I want you to remember I said this to you right now. And when you see Alina Habba in 6 months or so, maybe in a year, on some news program, just pouring her heart out and basically saying, I wish I never worked for the guy, remember that day, all right? So don't fall for this victimization. The guy is a criminal. We took what was just a narcissist who had a TV show, The Apprentice, and we gave him even more power. That's how dumb we are as a country. We let this guy elevate to even more power. And along the way, Republicans made excuses. Oh no, once he gets in the White House, he's going to be great. No, he wasn't. He messed up a lot of stuff. He mismanaged the coronavirus. He tried to get Ukraine involved against his opponent, Biden. That's the first impeachment. He tried to overthrow a democratically elected president. No president in the history of time had lost and said, I didn't lose, and turned around and said, I won. To this day, a lot of his followers think he won. But yet Alina Habba, if you pay attention, go ahead, scroll back on this. Alina Habba, in her interview with Sean Hannity, said, a former president. She admitted he lost. He was a former president. And that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is a victory of this whole video that you're watching, all right? Go ahead, watch that again, and don't fall for this victimization. It's just stupid. I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. Please watch it. If you like it, leave a comment. Tell a friend. Leave a super thanks. If you don't like it, keep it to yourselves. Bye.